If you've ever wanted to turn nightmare calculus into basic high school algebra, you need the Laplace Transform. Today, we're building a clear, visual mental model of how it actually works. At first glance, it looks like a close sibling of the Fourier transform. While Fourier breaks signals into pure, eternal sine waves, Laplace projects signals into a world of exponentially growing and decaying waves. Look at the heart of the formula, e raised to minus st. To understand this exponential term, recall Euler's formula, e raised to I theta. On the complex plane, e raised to I theta is a recipe for rotation along a unit circle. When we introduce time as it, omega represents the angular velocity, controlling how fast our vector spins. Instead of using a purely imaginary frequency, Laplace introduces a complex variable, s equals sigma plus I omega. Here, omega sets the rotation speed, while sigma controls an exponential decay or growth envelope over time. When we multiply a signal f of t by e raised to minus st, we aren't just winding it around the origin, we are simultaneously dampening or magnifying it. This dampening handles transient signals, like sudden surges or impacts, that would otherwise blow up in standard Fourier analysis. So, after winding our signal and taking the integral over time, what do we actually get? We get a map of resonance across the complex S-plane. At coordinates where our winding match the signal's natural behavior, the output shoots to infinity, creating visual 3D spikes called poles. A pole's vertical position omega reveals the system's vibration frequency, while its horizontal position sigma tells us if it's stable, decaying on the left, or exploding, growing on the right. Think of a pole's position on the S-plane like an engine's blueprint. The vertical height tells you how fast the system naturally vibrates, while the horizontal position instantly predicts if it will smoothly settle down or explode out of control. However, knowing the poles doesn't give you the exact real-time playback yet, it only reveals what kind of behavior is possible. To get the exact step-by-step motion over time, like calculating a car's precise position 5 seconds after hitting a bump, you plug in your starting conditions and map the poles back to reality using the inverse Laplace transform. So why does this transform differential equations into high school algebra? It works because the exponential function is its own derivative. The derivative of e minus st simply pulls s out as a constant multiplier. Because e minus st drives the Laplace integral, rate of change calculus operations convert directly into simple algebraic terms. Differentiation d by dt becomes multiplication by s. Integration integral of dt becomes division by s. Instead of wrestling with calculus across time, you solve a simple polynomial in the S-domain and convert the answer back using the inverse Laplace transform. That is how the Laplace transform turns complex dynamic systems into visual maps and simple algebra. If this intuitive breakdown helped it click, hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment.